Yo, what's going on out there? What's up with everybody? How y'all been doing? I know y'all miss me. I've been gone for a little while. I know. But we back now. You feel me? And we got people in the building with us this time. We ain't by ourselves. You feel me? I got my dog Young kicking it with me. You feel me? And we're gonna get into a lot of things today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We might even leave a little something for the next time. But we're gonna start getting into everything. You feel me? And we're gonna start giving y'all what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I've been missing MIAO. Doing my little thing. You know what I'm saying? But I had to get right for a little second. Don't hold it against me because I'm here now. And I ain't going nowhere this time. So I'm gonna let my dog Young introduce himself, you know what I'm saying, before we get into this stop playing
All
part, you know what I'm
right.
saying? With Young and Five. We doing this.
Well, that's my cue, man. What's good, people? This is my name, Young, man. Me and my man Keezy gonna put this thing together, man. Give y'all all the information, man. Our topics of discussion is gonna be about empowering people, motivating people. We ain't selling nothing. We ain't giving nothing away except jewels if you're willing to listen. You understand? So you got to be willing to listen. So you get it from two different perspectives. You getting it from a older man's perspective, and then you're gonna get it from a younger man's perspective. We here just to inspire, man, just to give people information that's not make them
Right.
make bad choices and poor decisions like we've made now in our lifetimes. We just here to give you a little information, man. And that's what we're gonna do, man. But for the topic of discussion for the day, man, let's just talk about it, man, because I've been dealing with it personally myself a lot, man. Have you ever dated a single woman, man? You know,
Wow. Definitely.
with children,
Definitely.
man. I mean, like that single woman with men, children is a problem, man. You know, I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell y'all a
yeah,
little story.
yeah.
Yeah. So the other day, man, this chick called me, man, and she's like, "Yo, can you come to my crib and help me fix my son's bed?" Now
Mm.
I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to,
Stepfather.
how I'm supposed to respond to that. But her son is 24. He's slinging more dick than heroin. So my thing is,
God
she asking
damn.
me to come. She asked me to come help her repair his bed.
And
What
he a
was I
grown
supposed
ass
to say?
man.
Exactly. So what was I supposed to say? I said, Mama, listen, I said what I will do. If he's available, I'll come show him and teach him how to repair the bed or whatever the case may be. He's like, nah, he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna. I said, then what you want me to do? I
Well, he
can't help
definitely
you.
don't want to learn shit then. I mean, if he don't want to learn how to do it on his own, I mean, come on, man.
But well, I
I
don't
can
know
go
if he
catch
didn't
the fish
particularly
for
want to
you, or I can
learn.
teach you how to fish, whatever one you want.
Right, but the point is that she didn't even want to give him the opportunity to learn. She just already started making excuses for him. Nah, he ain't gonna want to do
Wow.
that. You understand what I'm
Wow.
saying?
I
He ain't
do.
gonna want
I
to do
do.
that. She never even asked him, yo, listen, Young gonna come over help you fix the bed, whatever the case may be. He was like, nah, he ain't gonna want to do that. I was like, then what you want me to do? I can't help you.
That shit, they crazy, man. But you see, that be the downfall for these young men these days because, these single mothers, man, sometimes they hold them back because they have no idea on what a man really is. And they can only go on their perspective from what they mess with or what they dealt with. Or hopefully they had a dad to kind of balance their decision off of. But for the most part, they just winging it. And then there's the results
Absolutely.
that we get when you get a real man that want to come in and want to show her son something. She don't even know how to embrace the behavior. She don't even know how to accept it. She turned it down like it was something foreign when really that's something that a single mom, from back in the days from where we come from, a single mom would love to have a strong man come in and show her son something that his father is not around to show him, or her dad, or whoever the case may be. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Absolutely,
So
man. But that's what's going on, man. I just don't understand that logic. But then they want to raise these men, and it's unfortunate. We know they do their part, but they want to raise these men. But how are they raising the men? Like you don't even want to learn nothing. Like this, it's crazy to me, man. I don't get none of that logic, man. But that, you know, I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
it's
I don't
weird,
get it.
but You got women that want to assume the man position these days. You know what I'm saying? They think that just because they able to make a certain type of money, that put them in the realm of a man. So then they feel like they don't need no man to raise these young boys that's gonna grow into men, and that's not
Absolutely.
true. You know, I mean, we all see back in the days, right? My daddy ain't been around like that. But see, I had my granddaddy, I had my uncle. You know what I'm saying? I had examples in front of me to show me what a man was, so I wouldn't make the mistakes that some of these guys making today by just being raised by a single mom. And then on top of that, my mama was a different breed of woman from what these women that's raising these little boys are today, too, as well. So we coming from a
Absolutely.
strong women, a background full of strong men. You feel me? Without a dad now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And still coming on strong and able to raise two men of my own now. I got two sons of my own I'm raising. So come on, you know what I'm saying? It's all
Absolutely.
about the environment you in, and then you get
Absolutely.
these women, right? They see you, you know what I'm saying? You come in and you bring the scruff. You understand? Real man shit. See, they don't like that because you form it's too much control. And see, they feel like they
Yeah,
don't want
they
to
don't
be,
want
they
that.
don't have to listen to a man.
Yeah, they don't want that. They ain't got no interest in that, man, because they hold their whole perspective on 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 being in a relationship, or even a man trying to give them some information, is a man trying to control them. And that's not what it is, man. But it's an unfortunate thing, because they crippling these young men, man. I was raised by a mother who, not only tried to she just tried to instill what men were supposed to do. So I didn't have a father around either, but she always tried to instill what a man's duty was supposed to do. And like, it's like these women today, like, they got these grown ass men living in the house, and they don't do shit. They don't do shit.
Don't do
You know?
nothing.
Don't do nothing, man. Don't do nothing. And if you try to create a rapport or some kind of communication with the young man, they
You ain't
know
my
how
daddy.
to. Yeah, exactly. They know how to manipulate that situation. So it's like, but these women aspire to catch this kind of man that they desire and what they want. But in the same token, like, how are they teaching their sons to what kind of man they teach them? Like,
But that's
I
the
have
thing
yet
though.
to.
That's the thing, bro. They don't even know the type of man they want.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, this is a hard thing, man, because I was raised by a single mother as well. But and I was hard headed, so I understand the whole psyche of it. But at the end of the day, man, my mother still taught us, like, yo, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's like these women don't
Yeah.
even push a dude to do nothing. Like, it's crazy. But moving on, man. Let me ask you something, man. I've been hearing a lot of these topics on the social media thing, man, about the young fella, man. I really don't know the dynamics of it, because it's not really my thing. But what I will say, man, I'm disappointed that all these gurus and all these social media people and all of these people, they always they promoting all of this negativity about black men going down. And the black men is going down because they wasn't informed. You
True.
know what I'm saying? They didn't have no mentorship, no guidance, no. When I growing up, man, I mean, I grew around all the gods and the earths and all that kind of whole scenario. And when I tell you, man, we always had the older dudes that be like, yo, stay
Chill
off
out.
that corner.
What you doing?
Yeah, stay off
Yeah.
that corner, man. What you doing, man? What you doing? But now you check one of these young cats, man, they gonna pull out that pistol on you. It's like, you want to try to save them, man, but what you gonna do, man? It's rough out here, man. But what you feel about the young man, that was going through all this drama with the case or whatever? This man, Little Durk. How you feel about that?
Man, Well, you know what, man? Before we go, let's check it. Let's look into it a little bit. Let's see what we can see something right quick. Let's just check out this little clip about this case before we so we can give a more of
Okay.
an educated opinion on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
This is about each one teaching one, man. We don't got all the information, man. you know.
Alleged murder
Facts.
for hire plot.
Can you hear it over
Chicago
there?
rapper Dirk Banks,
I hear
better known by his stage name Lil Durk, was arrested yesterday after allegedly attempting to flee the country, and at this time he's being held in a Broward County jail in Florida, awaiting transfer to the U.S. Marshals. According to the FBI affidavit, the Grammy Award-winning rapper is charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire. His arrest comes on the same day as federal prosecutors announced in California the charges of 5 other men for the attempted murder of Georgia rapper Quando Rondo, whose real name is Taquan Bowman. Prosecutors say those 5 men all have ties to Chicago gangs and all targeted the Georgia rapper in retaliation for the murder of Chicago rapper King Von. According to prosecutors, all 5 men, who include Kevon London Grant, aka Vonnie, Asa Houston, aka Boogie, David Brian Lindsay, aka Brown Eyes, Keith Jones, aka Flocka, and DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, aka Didi.
Damn.
They all face charges including conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire involving death, and use of a machine gun in a violent crime resulting in death. And the most serious charge carries up to the death penalty if convicted. According to prosecutors, all 5 men have ties to Lil Durk's hip hop group Only the Family, also known as OTF. OTF was founded by Lil Durk more than a decade ago. And according to the FBI, OTF members engage in violence, including murder and assault, at the direction of Lil Durk and to maintain their status in OTF. King Von, whose real name was Davon Bennett, was also a part of OTF and frequently collaborated with and was a longtime friend of Lil Durk. King Von was shot and killed in November of 2020 outside a nightclub in Atlanta. He was killed in the early morning hours of November 6th during an argument between 2 groups that escalated into gunfire. And he was fatally shot by Quando's associate Lil Tim after the argument. The indictment doesn't name Davon Bennett, aka King Von.
Yeah, that was a lot, bro.
So what you think
Yeah,
about
that
that, man? What you
that
think
was a
about
lot,
that,
man.
brother?
It sound like the young brother got a lot going on, man. And it's unfortunate,
It
man.
definitely
That's
do.
what it sounds like to me. Um, I know of Little Dirk. I know the music. I can appreciate the young man music and his value to the community and all that, man. But unfortunately, man, it's just I just wish he thought about it, man.
Yeah,
Because what happens is now he goes down, in my opinion, allegedly for whatever he's done or whatever the case may be. But my this is the thing, man. You got these young brothers that come from nothing, as most of us
true.
all do. We come from nothing, and you 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 build yourself to being a household name, if you will, right? And you got all
True.
this money, notoriety, and fame, and I get it. You don't want your your ego or your pride or whatever, your self, your thoughts about who you are as a man to be uh interpreted in the wrong way. You don't want to be considered soft. So, you go
Facts.
ahead and you make emotional choices that, hurt generations, because he had the kind of wealth that can generational wealth. From what I understand, a young man has a bunch of children and
True.
everything like that. And it's just so sad to hear that nobody was able to pull him. And I get it. Some of these young folks you can't talk to, man. They on their mission. They gonna do what they gotta do. But
We just said that.
they gonna do what they gotta do. But at the end of the day, he just hurt his whole family based on an emotional decision. I'm going to ride for my partner too. But at the end of the day, if my partner, it all depends on the scenario, man. But unfortunately, man, I just wish he had somebody in his ear to tell him to let that thing go, man. Let that thing
Yeah.
go. You know.
Yeah.
The world has a way of working things out for people who do bad things. But from what I understand, it's so much context with it because they say that the young man approached his partner, and started to fight, and the guy was protecting his partner. So it's so much of the narrative to the story that make
True
you
enough.
sway one way or another. But at the end of the
It's
day,
true.
it's about young men losing their lives, man, over emotional decisions that they can't come back from, man.
Mm.
And that's really, and I wish they, these us, I know our platform is gonna, you know, if somebody got some questions, man, we willing to give you some answers, man, and we gonna answer the question to the best of our ability, man. That's all we can do, man. That's all we can
Fact.
do based on our personal experiences. But our personal experiences mine go 50 years and his go 40 years, so at the end of the day, we done been around, we done some things, seen some things, man. So that's what we here for. Give you information, man. Maybe we can talk you out of some stupid shit you're about to do. But
Yeah.
that's what needs to go on. That's what needs to go on. And it's
That's
just
fact.
unfortunate, bro. That's it. How
That's
you feeling
facts,
about that?
man. But man, me personally, I kind of think that, I mean, you know how sometimes when people die, or your brother or your
Mm,
cousin get killed, and
mm,
then, you know, you be wanting to slide, but then you say to your mama always, she'll come to you and she said, listen, I only got one more son left. I don't need to lose you neither, you know.
mhm,
So you
mhm,
try to take those words and you try to keep going forward, even though you see niggas online disrespecting your folks, and you
mhm,
see people saying
mhm,
this, that, and the third, so but you trying to stay strong because you the last piece of the puzzle. So to me, when it comes to the Dirk situation, it's like, you know, he extended the wealth when he added Vaughn to the situation because Vaughn was able to be just as successful as him, in a short
mhm,
amount of time. So he opened it up, right? So then
mhm,
Vaughn turned around and he gets killed, right? So now we leave the
mhm,
whole plate back on Dirk. So now Dirk back feeding everybody. So now Dirk had to make that same decision that your mama try to get you to make when you lose a loved one. Hey, I need you here. You know what I'm saying? I can't
mhm,
afford for you to go out and do nothing stupid because you know you the last one here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And in a
mhm,
way, just like you said, if it was somebody there to really talk to him and tell him that, then maybe he wouldn't have made some of the decisions that he made because allegedly, because in the end, it just don't just hurt him. He hurting his whole family. He hurting the kids. He hurting the people that are on his staff. He hurting a lot of people by him going down. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Over,
Yeah.
but then when you look at the situation, right? What was Quando and Tim supposed to really do? I mean, that's just like if me and you out. And it was Dirk and his partners. Let's just put them in a scenario. If it's Dirk and his partners and it's me and you against them, what they think I'm gonna do if I'm sitting in the car with 17 shells and this goddamn 9 niggas running up on you? What was supposed to happen? Because I mean, if I'm Trill, if I say I fuck with you like that, and I'm thugging with you every day, and we mobbing together like that, you know what I'm saying? Even on some legit stuff, business stuff. If I call you my brother, I'm not about to let nothing happen to you, bro. I'm not about to sit there and let you get hurt, regardless of the fact of who it is. It ain't even got to be Dirk. It could be anybody, and it just won't go down like that. So it's just like to me, when you go to say, okay, I want revenge for my partner, but your partner could have just chilled. It's like y'all really just sunk your own ship. It's like you just really grabbed a scrap and shot a hole in your own boat, for real.
Mhm, mhm,
Because when you passed up the hole from what Bond did, you could have kept going. You ain't have to
mhm,
go down that same route because you already seen,
mhm,
okay, the whole O block is already done. All right. So now we back to just OTF. Now you look at it now, it was O block and OTF. They was a stronger entity. Then Bond get killed. Then they catch up all the stuff about with Bond, and then the stuff with Duck and all that stuff like that, right? They catch up with all that. So now we back to a smaller entity. Now you got to build this back stronger. You understand? But instead of him doing that, he chose this route. He chose the revenge, and it's more of emotional decision because of the influence of this culture of this game of having to slide when somebody do something to your folks or happen to do something. You know what I'm saying? When somebody run down on one of your folks, sure enough, I mean, everybody want to get back at anybody who do something to their folks. You know what I'm saying? But it's a time and a place, and it's a way to do it. But using your credit card is not a way to do it. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
Flying the killers,
oh,
flying on a
man.
private jet with the niggas that's planning on doing the lick ain't the way to do it.
Oh,
You
man.
understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
man.
when you get to leaving paper trails like this, I don't feel sorry for him because I mean we've been in this game long enough to know how to move when we trying to do certain shit. So it's just like, and then when you
That's
look
what
at
I'm
the
saying, man. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
but then when you look at the reputation of a Durk, right? Durk
Mm-hmm.
got the reputation of being one of the smartest niggas that's moving out here. You understand what I'm
Mm.
saying? This is his whole rep. This is his MO. Like everybody always say, oh man, Dirk smart. You know, he did this. He outsmarted young boy. He outsmarted 6ix9ine. He did all this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? He
Mm-hmm.
looked at as
Mm-hmm.
one of the more mature, smarter guys in the game. So we can't just
Oh,
sit here and
God.
say that we didn't know that Dirk didn't know to not use his credit card because he sent the text message out and said, hey, don't book no flights under my name.
Oh,
So
wow.
when you say that, right? And so that clearly mean
Mm-hmm.
so they should have never used that mean you should have never been on no jet with the dude. You should have never been they should have never been using your cards, bro. So when you do that, like I don't see how you gonna wag that. I mean, I hate to see it for you, but I believe that his emotions got in the way of his best decisions because had he would have been the thinking guy that he's known to be, he probably would have made a better decision on how he moved. And although he probably wouldn't have been able to catch up with him at that point, he probably would have caught up with him at a later point, let the nigga feel comfortable and came back out and did what he did. You know what I'm saying? But he chose not to. So now here's the consequences of emotional decisions in which young men make that's raised by who? Single moms. Well, this
Mm.
man dad been at the whole time. He was in the chain
Oh,
gang. You feel
man.
me?
You
His
done
daddy
said
just
something
coming
there.
home. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow, you said something there, boy. You said something right then, man. It's just unfortunate though, man. Young man, when you I don't care who it is, when as black people, when people reach new heights, man, even you want to celebrate them, man. And
you
that's where
do.
I come from anyway. Ain't no
You
hate on
do.
where I
You
come
do.
from. You just want to
No.
celebrate blackness. And unfortunately, man, these brothers ain't they ridiculing blackness. They ain't giving no information. They ain't willing to talk to nobody. So I just, the only person that I heard I hear some people on the having their own commentary on these podcasts, and there's a couple of people that may have said a positive thing or two, but for the most part, these dudes they get money off, diminishing the black man, just
So
downgrading us, man. And we all, man, it's crazy, man.
it
Not for
is.
entertainment, man. I ain't gonna, like you just spoke from your heart, about the young man, but at the same token, it was a message. It was a message. These brothers on here talking about, laughing and giggling. These folks' lives, and we didn't make their decisions. We didn't make their choices. Absolutely not. But
No.
because they did make those decisions, man, are we supposed to applaud these folks making bad decisions?
No, that's the thing about it, and that's the problem. We gotta hold each other accountable. And that's the thing.
Absolutely.
Like it's good to say that we love each other, and yeah, we love each other, but a part of us loving each other is holding each other accountable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
that's just
man.
all it
So,
is for me.
yeah, man. And what you think? What you think about your boy? About your other man? Your boy Diddy there, man.
The diddler. The
Oh
diddler.
man. And that's another brother, man. That I don't celebrate the man downfall, man.
No,
I'm
no.
I'm disappointed in, you know, and wow, you said something else. Here you go. I was just thinking about the statement you made. Diddy was raised by a single mother too. So, I was thinking, and it's unfortunate about these young men. And I was a young man that was hard headed too, that was raised by a single mother. So it ain't me no bashing or
Yeah,
nothing.
I
But
come
at the
from a
end of the
single
day,
mom as well.
yeah, but at the end of the day, man, it's unfortunate that these men reach these heights of fame and resources and when it all goes down and when it's all gone away, which these people have the power to take away from us, when it's all the testimony is gonna be what it is, man. And from a black man's perspective today, to living the life that I've lived, I want to leave my. I want a testimony. Everybody don't have to like me. Everybody ain't got to appreciate me. But at the end of the day, I want there to be something about me that everybody across the board can agree on. If that makes
Facts.
any sense. He
Facts.
was a motherfucker. Yeah, he was a motherfucker. If everybody say I'm a motherfucker, then guess what? I was a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, so
Facts.
that's what I want. And unfortunately, when these men they reach these heights of power and fame and fortune, what is going to be the testimony?
Facts. You're right.
He
I mean,
created, he
shit.
created Bad Boy. He created Bad Boy where he was a rapist or this or that. His name is tarnished. You know, you. It's not a good balance, man, and that's unfortunate, man. I don't want to see, you know.
And I
See,
just want to say, like, we like here on this pod, you know what I'm saying? We don't support, like, we not defending nobody. Like, we just speaking our opinion on the situation. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't support no abuse. We don't support none of that other foolishness. You understand what I'm saying? When we
facts.
celebrate people, we talking about just the accomplishments overall, not the mishaps. You know what I'm saying? But we speaking on the mishaps at the same time. But when we say celebrate, people like to get things confused. So we want to separate the two and understand that when we celebrating them, we celebrating their accomplishments as an African American and a part of this community. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, but when it comes to the situation at hand, I say that I don't really like the fact that they going into his sex life. You understand? Because I mean, if it's involving kids, then nah, I don't fuck with that. But if it's just
Mhm.
on some shit like when you just got grown women, and y'all and they just enjoying themselves how they enjoy themselves, because it's just like this. Diddy a billionaire. It's a lot of women that want to be around him, so he can have his way with any type of woman. So I don't really believe that he got a sex traffic nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah,
think so.
yeah. I mean,
You know.
these laws that were made, man, I can't even speak from that perspective. But I will tell you this, man. They only gonna let us get so big, man.
Yeah, I mean they
And,
didn't really get at him until that Ciroc situation.
you
I mean he
know,
started he started trying to branch off and do his own thing with the liquor, and then once he sued them folks, and then he hit them with the races or whatever that was, that little defamation or whatever. The next thing
mhm.
you know, this ship started sinking.
Yeah, man. And again, it's just unfortunate, man. I want everybody to win, man. I want everybody to
True.
win, man. And it's just unfortunate that the people that are winning are losing their legacies. They may not lose their money and but they have tarnished legacies. Like Dirk for that matter. He's leaving these babies out here. Um,
True.
you know, and in one of Dirk situation, another situation what I would test the people to tell that man Dirk, if them after he gets them paid lawyers to show that discovery of all the information, stop paying for lawyers.
Hmm.
Stop
Because they
paying for lawyers, man.
They gonna
And now
definitely they gonna
notice what I said. After he got his lawyers to get the discovery and see what he can be charged with, they consult him and so forth and so on. At that point, do not stop paying the lawyers, man. It's over
well
with, man.
at this time, as we speaking,
Mm-hmm.
last time I checked, Dirk ain't indicted yet.
Yeah.
He's only on a criminal complaint right now because he was trying to catch flights. They ain't indicted him yet. He's still on. They got from what I seen and what I looked up, they got 14 days to indict him. So
Well, the feds went and got him, right?
yep,
Okay, well, then listen. That indictment is just a formality, yo. It's just a formality, yo. That's why they have a 98% conviction rate.
yeah,
It's because they already got their eggs in the basket already, man. They already got all this information. They've been had the information. It's just when a young man seems to be changing the narrative of his image. You know, he's become a Muslim. He's doing things to community. That big song with the J. Cole, that was crazy.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, all that kind of stuff. He's trying to change his image, but he did. He's Grammy. I think he won a Grammy too, also. So I mean, it that's what they trying to tell you, man. Like we gonna let you rock as long as we want you to rock. Yo, we been
yeah,
had you. You know,
yeah,
and 9 times out of 10, if every one of these entertainers, from it doesn't matter from Caucasian or black, they all they all have one thing in common,
what's that?
that they was all guilty, and it didn't matter how much money that they had or they did not have, they was all guilty.
I
But
mean,
it's called,
look at the two what the two guys that what they own, man, them two white boys that just got convicted of some sexual stuff, right? They got a bond, but they didn't give Diddy a bond, and they got charged with literally almost the same thing as Diddy. It was
I
almost
don't
like
know,
the
but
same, and they got bond, but Diddy didn't get a bond. It's
I'm
crazy
familiar with
how
that.
the game works.
Oh no, it ain't crazy how the game works. It's crazy that people don't understand how the game works. That's the craziness about it, and that's what they've
True.
all. That's what's been teaching us through generations. That no matter what we obtain, financially or whatever, what type of fame we obtain, that it can be taken away from you as quick as possible in a blink of an
That's
eye.
true.
You know.
That's
So
true.
I am, and all those men have that in common, that they all had fame, they all had riches, but once the Fed got on them, ain't ain't nobody getting let go.
And then the thing about it is Dirk and Diddy used to hang together.
Yeah, man. Well, again, man, it's unfortunate for those two superstars, man, that they're going through what they're going through, man. But to these young folks, man, all that slide, man,
I
just
mean, they
be
showing
aware, man.
y'all.
Huh?
I said they showing them
Oh
because
yeah,
they
just be
walking. They look at the last couple of cases. You got FBG Duck. They caught them. They got you riding down the road. They got you. They got you leaving the house. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm-hmm,
look at Dirk them situation. They got the plane tickets. They got your timelines. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? Look at the Dolph situation. They got it. If a nigga ain't ratting, the camera's gonna get you.
mm-hmm.
You damn near gotta be incognito and walk to a nigga house and you feel me, and just disappear in the thin air if you can. Shit, cause
Yeah,
pulling up,
I know, right?
to their house, you done because they gonna follow the car from the house, everybody got a ring camera. Everybody got a camera somewhere around their house. They gonna follow they gonna either go, if you went west, they gonna follow every camera that's west of that way until they find a direction you went in, and then next thing you know, you gonna see your car been in the right on the news.
Nah,
And then
man,
you gonna
that's
be like,
crazy.
what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, come
That's
on, man.
crazy. Yeah, man. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. But like I said, man, we gonna stress this narrative of that we are just giving our opinions based on the information that we see as well as everybody else sees. And our platform is here to just, again, I have to reiterate it. It's not to put folks down, man. If we can help you,
At
man, if
all.
you got, we can help you, man. Shoot a text, shoot an email, whatever, man. If you and your mom just beefing, if you the nigga and you beefing with your wife, yo, if we can talk you out of some stupid shit, that's what we trying to do, man. Give you some information, man. You know, act like you got mentor on the net. We the mentors on the net right now, B. Just ask for some information, man, because these niggas is just jumping off cliffs, man. And I
And
don't get it, man.
understand the truth could never be considered disrespect. So don't think that just because the truth might hurt that we ain't gonna tell it, because the truth is the truth. You got to live in your truth. So I ain't disrespecting, no, I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. If I might say it a different type of way, hey, forgive me. But for the most part, I'm just telling the truth speaking the truth from my knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And at the same time, I don't mean no disrespect. If that's what's on the flow, that's what's on the flow. And we're gonna talk
yeah.
about it, because I mean
And
we
we gonna
ain't here
talk
to lie
about it.
to you.
Yeah,
We ain't
niggas
here to
gotta be
lie to
held
you.
accountable, man. It ain't no games, man. Dudes gotta be held accountable, man. You know, same way we gonna hold ourselves accountable, we gonna hold the masses accountable. Women, children, everybody gotta be held accountable, man.
Speaking of women, what you think about the dating game in Atlanta, Georgia?
Oh man, what can I tell you, man? What can I tell you? Shit is easy as pumpkin
Mind you, now
pie, man.
y'all talking
But
to two, single, we out here. You know what I'm saying? We
nah,
outside
but
a little bit.
I mean, for me, man, I'm 50, so for me, it's easy. It's easy. I don't got no problem dating or finding somebody to entertain me. But at the end of the day, I think um I think I've run into the problem of finding women of substance. I really haven't found, and don't get me wrong, everybody has some significant substance, but it's some about it. Maybe it was me, or we just didn't mesh. Or maybe I'm just spoiled with just being able to do what the fuck I want to do. But
Yeah.
dating overall in Atlanta, in my experience, it can become quite expensive. But other than that, it's easy as pumpkin pie, baby. It's easy as apple pie. It's easy. Ain't no big deal. Ain't no big deal. You go spend a couple of hours, but other than that, shit, ain't nothing to it. How you feel about it?
Well, for me, um, I would say that it's changed. I'm gonna say that for sure. And me personally, if I direct my money, I'd rather direct it another way. If when we're gonna talk about to
Mm,
a woman, but at the same time, if we want to talk about on this dating tip, like it just like to me, I don't got time for no expectations. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't even put your
feel
worth.
on
I
that.
mean, like, I understand you say you worth this, that, and the third, but I don't know that. So when you come
Mm,
in and you dropping all your expectations on me, that's just like, you know what I mean? That's you just a plain sheet of paper to me. But you want all this shit
mm,
on, you want to be written on from top to bottom. And then I'll turn around on the back. You know what I'm saying? I gotta write a whole speech about you. But at the same time,
mm,
I don't know nothing about you. You understand what I'm saying? So if you got all these expectations, I feel like you need to show a nigga what if you worth it for real. And then a nigga wouldn't mind You know what I'm saying? Doing certain things, But for the most part, when you jump into this dating game today, as soon as they get in your car, they light bill do. Soon as soon
Mm,
as soon as you get on the phone and have a good conversation, and next thing you know is they go you till you ask what's wrong, and then as soon as you ask what's wrong, I don't know how I'm gonna get this condo done and need to be due tomorrow. I'm like, God damn. It's like I can't even get a chance to get to know you before I'm spending my money on you. So it's just like defeating the purpose because at the end of the day, I value my money like you value your pussy. So if you feel like I
I know
can't
that's
get none of
right.
your pussy, then you shouldn't have been able to get none of my money unless we're gonna do an even exchange. Fair swap, no
Mm-hmm.
swindle. But other than that, I feel like the dating game today, they coming with expectations that they don't even know that they even worth the expectations that they even want. I don't even think they even really know how the women. Okay, so they listen to these women and these older women, right? And these older
Mm-hmm.
women tell them, well, girl, don't settle for this, don't settle for that. You feel me? Because of whatever mistakes they made in the past, so they feel like they got to live through these young girls, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they get out here and they get to telling all these young girls this, that, and the third. But what they don't tell the young girls is how to get to the goal. They telling the young girls the goal, but you're not really telling them how to work to get towards the goal. You understand? And what it takes for a man to even to even submit to you in that type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you could just be talking. I mean, shit. A girl talking not without fucking or nothing. I mean, bro, unless you somebody, I don't want to hear that shit. So it's just like to me, I feel like get to know the people that you dealing with, bro. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Get to know the man. Deal with people that you actually like and not niggas that you feel like got money. Like deal with a man that you could build with. And then I think that we'll get better results out here. But as of now, for me, I'm gonna stay single and I'm gonna stay doing my thing because the dating game for me is trash.
Oh shit. Well, I just want to touch back on something when you mentioned about how you have to spending the money and all of that. Well, the opposite with me, I guess, in my age group is I don't have a issue meeting women that have that kind of substance, financial stability, right? The problem
Mhm.
that the women that I meet today are financially stable. They got their own houses and or whatever things, the tangible things or whatever they accrued. But unfortunately, they're raising these single men in the house. Well, they've been the breadwinner because they're doing everything. They're playing mother, father, and everything, right? So
True.
unfortunately, they don't know how to be soft. So when I say substance, I mean that substance, that way of being submissive, that way of being you know, a partner, right? Because they don't understand partnership because guess what? They've had to be everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you trying to unlearn something that has been bred into them. And now, unfortunately, they've had to live this lifestyle because of the choices that they've made. But unfortunately, it comes out in the dialogue, how they
Mm.
talk, you know,
Mm.
how they express themselves. So you got to think of it from this perspective. So you got a woman that's 45, so whatever age it is, and she's raising these men in her household, and she talks to them disrespectfully, right? So
Yeah.
guess what? When she meets that man that she wants to become intimate with, sure, she's going to put on that show initially because she wants to engage with the man, right? But
True.
she can't, but she can't turn off that dialogue of being that aggressive person
The
because this
big
is what
strong
she
woman.
lives,
That big
because she
that big
lives every
dog.
day like this. She's
Uh,
aggressive, right? So that's been the substance that I've been having an issue with finding because I find women full of shit because I'm not even the type of dude that doesn't a woman that doesn't have shit, a bunch of financial stability and resources, but they're
nah,
lacking. The simple
No,
shit
I
of
mean
being sensitive.
you you get them with their stuff, but they can't maintain it. I didn't listen, man. Listen, I done met girls in Atlanta that's driving Benzes, man. I mean, you look at their Instagram, you'll swear to God they doing the do. But then when you meet them, they need to figure out where they gonna lay their head at night. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's a mirage. It's a real mirage out here as far as like what what they present to you. You know, sometimes you ain't gonna know until you scratch underneath the surface a little bit. You know,
I
because I'm a
appreciate
nigga.
that.
I'm with my own. I got my own spot too. So you know, if you tell me you got your own spot, but you always pulling up to mine, I might not second guess it because hell, I might not never want to go to your shit. You know what I'm saying? But in the event that I do, you know what I'm saying, and you ain't got that, then you know it's a problem because you said
Mhm.
you did. But
Right.
they present that these days, bro. But as far as like just like it's just like this, bro. I met this chick the other day, bro. She was from Memphis, and I met her on Facebook dating.
Mm.
So me and her, we talking, you feel me? So she
Mhm.
was going over my bio. In my bio says begging on the first day is a red flag. So by the end of the day, she started begging. So she asked me for like $30. I ain't even gonna lie. I gave it to her because she, you know, she was whatever. Gave her $30, right? So then
Mhm.
she turned around and tried to get me for $20 more in the same
Mhm. She thought
conversation.
something sweet about you, B.
She thought something was sweet, but I was just being nice at the time, you know. But I wanted to test the
Mhm.
water anyway to see, you know what I'm saying. I made a little
Mhm.
30 wing, and that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I blow more than that. I put more than that in you know. But anyway, so but when she did that, you know, the next day she sending all these texts and she like, you know what I'm saying? You know, what's going on? Why you ain't holler at me today? And you know, I guess she didn't read the bio when I said, you know, begging on the first day is a red flag because, you know, when you beg on the first day, that's just grounds for me not to talk to you no more. You
Absolutely.
know, I mean, so you make your decision. Like, that's why I say, but you gotta look at it though. Women ask you for money to run you away from them sometimes. Like sometimes you'll try to holler at them and they'll try to shoot you. They'll try to ask you for money because they really don't want to deal with you like that.
That's a new one. I ain't,
Yeah.
but we in a different age group, so the issues that you experience with the women that you meet, I've never, I haven't had those kinds of engagements, and I
Man, you
mean that
definitely
from I haven't had those kind of engagements about no bread though. I really haven't. I ain't had no beggars on my team. If anything,
see,
it was always women that was willing to throw their money at me, if you
don't make me
will. I
start
mean,
going through
just
your age group now.
hey man, I'm just keeping it 100 with me. I can't speak for any other
Hey,
man, but
because
or for me, I just
I could definitely hold my weight.
yeah, I can definitely from my perspective, the women that I meet, they they ain't lacking no money, man.
I'm coming to hang out with you.
Yeah, yeah, they don't need no money, man. I ain't gonna lie about that. I mean, they don't need no money, man. But what they do need is a sensuality coach, you know,
Yeah.
uh, or something. They need something to make their take down that testosterone, man. They aggressive, man,
Yeah, but
aggressive.
that's the stages of it though. See, I'm dealing with them at their pre-stages and then they grow up to be that.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Because yeah, absolutely. All of these women, I'm sure, have struggled and had to fight their own battles and do what they needed to do to survive. And once they reach a financial status of just being stable, and then having that self-worth of knowing that they did it on their own and that they didn't have a man, that builds a whole different type of character. It builds a character. Because think about it from a
Yeah,
man's perspective. When a man get his shit together, he get right, he get cocky and arrogant, right? That's how niggas do. That's how we do. Got our
yeah,
money right.
but we also go and get a woman.
Absolutely. 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 Well,
And guess what? And guess what? She might not even be making as much as us, but if we fuck with her, we'll deal with her because we got it.
absolutely. 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 Absolutely.
But if you reverse the game, like even if you go, like let's just say if we was to pull up a podcast or anything right now, any fucking Instagram post, whatever, and you see
Mm-hmm.
these girls talking, right? And you will see a dude,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like let's just say,
Mm-hmm.
right, you in the crib, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long would you hold down your crib? Just you paying everything in the house, right? You just taking
Mm-hmm.
care of everything in the crib. Would you do that forever if you had to?
If I
If
had
it's
to.
you and your woman, yeah, if it's you and your woman, right? You and your
Mm-hmm.
woman, the kids already gone. It's just you and
Mm-hmm.
her at this point. Like, but you paying everything with the whatever income you got coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she ain't
Right.
paying nothing. Would you do that forever?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would do it forever because it comes with the level of understanding about your partner's role, right? So it's not about the finances because you got to think about it this way. So let me give you a different perspective. So if me and my woman, my wife, or whatever, we in the crib or whatever, I pay all the household utilities. She flies us all around the fucking world. She pays for she does the other little shit. I ain't got no problem with that. It's about give and take. It's about whatever makes your shit healthy, whatever makes you and your partner prosper. It ain't about who got more, who got less. It's about how do we make these things coexist and grow. So that's what it's about for me. So hell yeah, I pay all the fucking bills. I ain't got no problem paying all the bills, but she gonna
But
she gonna do her part.
but let me ask you
You know.
this: how long do you think that a woman, if the roles was reversed, how long you think a woman would do it for you?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I'm
Let's
just
just say
speaking
you
for
you,
me.
you hurt your back. And we work in construction. We do all type of stuff, right? You know what I mean?
Right,
Like we got insurance
right,
and all this other type of shit, right?
right,
But at the same
right.
time, let's just say you go down.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been doing this whole time. How long do you think a woman would do that same thing for you? You said a
I have
lifetime for you, but I'm asking like, how long you think she'll do it for you?
I have not a clue, bro. I have no clue. I think from a man, from men's perspective, we all got faith. Niggas love hard, women love hard. So at the end of the day, we got faith that she gonna hold us down. So I got a saying that I come by, man. Many shall come, few shall be chosen. So at the end of the day, if I chose her, then I'm hoping that I made the right choice. I don't think that anybody can go in a relationship and have a clear understanding of what's gonna be the outcome. You just hope for the best.
Yeah, but don't you think that you deserve the same insurance that you delivering? Like you gotta understand. You say, bro, I do that shit forever. It's just understanding of the partner, right?
Right.
You see the contract that you're willing to sign versus the
Oh,
contract
absolutely.
that you don't even you ain't even really even fucking sure if you know what I mean. You ain't give me no
Absolutely.
number, no nothing because it's just like you really
It was
know,
a
like,
natural.
bro.
It was natural. It wasn't a
That's
big deal for me.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, you get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But you see how the
Absolutely. I
roles
get what you're
reverse
saying.
for us. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Boy,
So it's just like
absolutely.
you gotta have that person that really like you, bro. Like all you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
gotta be that.
I,
Because if it's
I, I told
anything outside of that, you take the risk of being unsure about your future and if you really got that partner that you stating that you want. You get what I'm saying?
I,
Like that
I
shit, like
feel
the
you,
that,
but how do you choose a wife? How does I
by
mean I ain't
these
never been married.
by
You ain't
these
never
type
been
of
married, so
situations,
we don't know. But how does a man choose a wife?
by going through them type of situations with a person.
Yeah, but even if you going through them situations with a person, so what is the mean? What you think all these billionaire niggas be getting divorced? You think they get divorced on the basis of irreconcilable differences and all these other definitions for unhappy marriage? I mean, we all I mean, I think genuinely most people that get married, I think that's what they believe that you getting married to your partner, to your everything, to your forever, to that, right? I mean,
True.
but you don't know because a motherfucker can flip the script.
Yeah, they can. You're right. You're
You know,
right though.
you could get the ring and the house and the cars and all that, and then after the end of that, and make the babies, and then that she ain't who she said she was, man. She just
You're
knew how
right.
to play that role for a moment in time, So I don't, I think that whole relationship shit is, it is what it is. I ain't never been married, so, and that's probably one of the reasons why
And
I haven't been.
I ain't never been married neither, but at the same time, them some of the same reasons why I haven't, because the thing about it is most of the time when you get in the situation with a woman, I mean, well, with some women, I ain't gonna say all, but with
Right,
some of the
right,
women
right.
that I've dealt with, they folded. And I've still held
Uh,
it down, but at the same time, and another thing that I deal with is a lot of indecisiveness. It's just like motherfuckers don't really know what they want. You
right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right. But
Motherfuckers
we've been
just
those men. We've been those men too, right? Haven't we been those niggas that ain't know what we wanted?
true, and that's why we went through women trying to
Exactly.
figure it out.
Trying to figure it out.
But
I guess it's to each his own, man. I guess you can't sweat it, man. But so is that a desire of yours? Do you? I don't even want to get married at this fucking point.
not really. To be honest with you, I like my peace. I
Oh,
mean, to
no,
be
no,
honest,
no.
I like living by myself. I mean, my kids come, my sons and my daughter come whenever, other than that,
Mhm.
I don't, I mean, honestly, the last couple of situations I've tried, the last one I only lasted 2 days in it. Like I couldn't go past 2 days because it was just
Oh,
like
shit.
the whole obligation of me having to call every day, having to be stuck on the phone and all that shit. I just don't want to do it no more.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. To each his own. But we'll try. Same bad time, same bad channel. We
Yes, sir.
gonna turn this thing